I want to show you a simple modification, a free modification to your AWS lab belt to change the method by which magazines are retained. So this is the way they ship from the factory. There's an elastic band going around the top of the magazine. Hey, no doubt about it, that's a great design. If you are traveling in rough terrain, if you're rolling around in the desert shooting the bad guys, I love the idea that the magazine is fully retained. But when I'm at the range, I don't want to deal with this little strap bungee cord. So what I did is I moved it from over top to around it, and now it just gives additional tension to be able to hold the magazine in place. Now I did find that without the bungee cord going around it, it's quite loose. For a Glock type magazine, plastic that's thicker, holds it quite well. But when we get into steel magazines like this PDP Pro SD magazine for Walther, it is an issue. So to make the modification to switch the elastic strap from over top to around it, I'll show you what to do. It's pretty simple. Let's get the magazines out of here. It'll just make it a little easier to handle. It's as simple as untying this knot. So disassemble all that. We're going to take this little eyelet and slip it in there just to tuck it out of the way. Now we need to get this through the MOLLE webbing, and don't even bother to try to do it on its own. Take like a Bic pen, just cut off the end of it so you have a hollow tube. Doesn't matter about one end, you can keep the plug in it if you want. So just put it through the MOLLE webbing so that it comes out on the other side. Now you can take the bungee cord and insert it into it and pull it through, and it'll come right out through the tube on the other side. So that's step number one. Now we need to get it through a second time. To do it the second time, we're simply going to repeat the process. So insert our tube through the MOLLE webbing, either side, doesn't matter, and get it to emerge out. Now, take your tab, and insert it through the elastic one time, and bring enough of it around to insert it into the plastic tube, and pull the plastic tube out, and presto, we have it all the way around. Now, what I find is if I tie this just as the shortest square knot possible, oops, sorry, I need to slip it through one more time. Now, if I tie that as the shortest knot possible, I get nice, snug tension. But if you really want to crank it down, go ahead and tie that knot with about 2 inches of elastic on each side. But like this one over here, it is tied so short that it all fits underneath the little pull tab. And the difference between tying it really tight versus loose, the obvious, you get better retention. But the other point is that with it looser, it retains plus can be inserted with one hand. If you get it too tight, if you really crank that down to like the 2 inches like I was talking about, the only way you'll be able to get the magazine in is by pulling out on the tab while you're trying to insert the magazine. So it's a two-handed operation to insert. Sorry, trying to do this, talking. All right, so there we go. So now that one's tied much tighter. So the problem is the magazine's encountering the bungee cord. So to get it in, it just requires pulling out and inserting it. Of course, if the belt were on my body, it'd be a lot easier. This one, of course, just goes in easily. So then we get around to a single rifle pouch, same principle, identical thing, except there is no little tab up there that we need to remove or flip into the webbing. Just simply pull the bungee cord out, wrap it around, tie it off, and adjust it to your liking. There we go. It's that easy. That's your free information for the day.